So here's a video idea I thought would be a lot of fun to do, just right out of the fucking blue. And that is, I love football, and I love cartoons and anime. So I had one would call, a Reese's Pieces moment, where I wanted to have, what if I made a football team out of characters from cartoons and anime. I might do this, if this is successful, I might do it with comic characters, but who knows? Let's see how this goes first. So yeah, I love football, I love those, and yeah, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna pick these characters now, real quick. I'm not gonna, if I do this again, I might use other genres here and there, but really, I'm just gonna pick from cartoons and anime, but I will not pick characters that are like giants, like, you know, Autobots and Decepticons, they're out. Because it's literally just one giant person on the field. That's not going to work. So it's all like relatively human-sized characters, and I'm going to talk about why I put them in that role. So let's get started. And yes, I do have it written down. Do you think I would remember this right off the bat? Fuck no. Anyway, so let's start. No team is can be without their QB. You need a QB for a good team. Like, that's just a given. Like, you need a good team for to exist. You need a QB. That's your piece. So I had a few ideas for QB, but my pick for QB is Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. Why did I pick Gohan? Gohan made the most sense to me, and you may be thinking, well, Goku could probably, like, throw the ball pretty far, or Vegeta. Yeah, here's the problem, though. Goku couldn't read a fucking play, couldn't read a playbook to get his, to save his life. Vegeta would be too arrogant to read the damn playbook, and also would suck at reads. You know, he wouldn't tell a route running from a fucking, zigzag to save his fucking life. Furthermore, Gohan can do both things. He can definitely, do QB reads, as well as, look at all the field, and oh yeah, he would look at the fucking playbook. Not only that, in this day and age, you need a mobile QB on your team. You need, look at Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. All of those are very mobile QBs who have a hell of just this arm behind them, too. So, Gohan, I imagine, would not only, study that playbook, but I think he would also be a pretty fast QB. I kind of imagine his playstyle something akin to Josh Allen, where if he gets caught in the pocket, he's just going to run it. Oh, and I imagine he'd have a hell of an arm behind him, too. So, here you go. There's my QB pick. Let's talk about wide receivers. Who's going to catch the ball when Gohan throws it? My first wide receiver, because you usually go with 3, my first wide receiver is Blossom from Powerpuff Girls. Blossom would definitely be really good, and I also, like Gohan, would read the fucking playbook. I was considering Buttercup, but she would so be bad at reads. She'd so be bad at route running. And also, she'd just be getting one penalty after another, oh my god. And Bubbles would not be interested at all. But Blossom at least would have, a fascination with, understanding the routes and the playbook. I think that does count for something, and I do think she would definitely have the speed to catch the balls Gohan throws. Next up, speaking of speed, we have Tenya Ida from My Hero Academia. Another guy who's also pretty athletic and would have a good burst of speed. I do think I would put him in deep route slots, probably something like a Tyreek Hill or something. At least that's where I'd put him if I was to put this team together. He'd be more like the Tyreek Hill, it'd be like one of those fuck it, Tenya's down there somewhere kind of throws. If you're looking for last minute, deep ball play, here you go. There's your guy. And finally we have Ulrich Stern from Code Lyoko. This guy I would probably, if you want another fast guy, here you go. This would be a dude who would definitely be inside route and someone you would throw to get that first down and also that quick in out. So that was so Ulrich was definitely on that list. Now obviously to protect your QB you need an O-line, and I picked some really good people for O-line. We got Raphael from TMNT, Spear from Primal, Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo, Panthro from from Thundercats. Yeah, we got an O-line here. I need, and also if you haven't figured out yet, I should have mentioned this earlier in the video, there are male and female characters making up this football team, because there were a lot of, like, I know it's a male sport, but, like, yeah, first off, this is fucking imaginary. Who fucking cares? Also, there's a lot of characters that I could see playing football. So yeah, that's your O-line right there. Big dudes who are probably gonna, like, guard Gohan as he's making those deep passes. So yeah, I would, like, when I thought of this, I was like, yeah, I need some big men and women who can really do some blocking, as well as, like, some straight up guard. Now most teams will tell you, most football coaches will tell you, the best offense is defense, and teams win games with defenses, and you need a strong defense these days. So we're going to start things off with the defensive line. And on my defensive line, you have Huntara from She-Ra, Princess of Power, you have Broadway from Gargoyles, and you got Leatherhead, just to name a few characters. There would be more on that D-line, but yeah, those would be my front three. Like, if I'm doing center, those are, like, center defense, those are going to be the first three people to come at you. Where I would put, on my O-line going back, and I will cycle back to O-line, because there was a few things I did forget. I will go back to offense real quick, but I forgot a few things. Who would be my center? I would say probably Panthro, that big dude just blocking you as the kid, like, after pitching the ball back. Yeah. But my center three for D-line would be Huntara, Broadway, and Leatherhead. And could you just imagine all of those dudes coming at you? Yeah. So, in order to keep the passing game from the QB from throwing to their wide receivers, you need cornerbacks. And for my corners, I picked Ruby, Danny Phantom, and Blitz from Hell of a Boss. Reason I picked these guys, they're quick, and they'd probably be really good at keeping pace with whoever they're being paired with against wide receivers. These guys would definitely keep pace with whoever is following them. Also, I imagine Danny would probably go, like, cloak, like he would go invisible, and then right as the wide receiver's about to get the ball, Danny just decloaks and goes yoink and goes the other way. Like, God, he'd be such a good corner. Like, Danny would be a really good corner, football wise. Anyway, so moving on now to further defense, you have edge rushers. So edge rushers are basically the guys who are going to come in from the sides and get at your QB faster. And for my edge rushers, you have Yujiro and Bakugo. Yujiro Hanma from Baki the Grappler, and Bakugo from My Hero. I picked these guys because these are the guys you want to have who are just going to be nasty and get at your your opponent's QB with a sack. You need that sack. And also, I imagine these guys would probably break some ankles. They'd probably break some QB's ankles if you got them on the edge and you had them in those routes. God, if they got in fast, they would just annihilate. They would just go for the sack every time. I will say Jiro is probably the bigger guy, but I think sometimes it wouldn't hurt to have Bakugo is a little smaller, but I could see him doing some damage. So, excuse me, those are the linebackers. Here's my edge rush. Those would be my linebackers, excuse me. If you want to, like, have someone deep ball, Jiro and Bakugo. But for edge rusher, I forgot this. I got them mixed up, sorry. My prime edge rusher would be Korra. Korra's built like a goddamn edge rusher. Have you seen her muscles? Holy shit, she's jacked. So Korra would be my edge rusher because, again, she's fast and she's got some body build to her, and she could definitely drop an asshole. There you go. Moving on now back to the offense. Running backs. If you want to punch it into the goal line, you got to have a running back. And if you want to get that first yard, and if you're fourth and goal, you need to get that running back. And my pick for running back is Yang from Ruby. Yang is, again, she's built like Derrick Henry. She's got speed, and she's got sheer, just god-tier strength. She would just stiff-arm someone to oblivion. If you wanted to get if you want, like, 3 and 5 to the goal line, like to the first down, hand that ball off to Yang, and just let her just stiff arm some poor bastard into oblivion. Oh God, it'd be magnificent. Anyway, so there's my running back, and finally for tight end, an extra receiver and an extra O-line member. My tight end for this team would be Jasper from Steven Universe. Jasper has that kind of physicality and large size, but also she's fast too. Like she's fast, and it would take a few people to bring her down, just like a Gronkowski or Travis Kelce type tight end as well. Yeah, Jasper definitely fills that role. Like when I thought it was like, yeah, Jasper would be my tight end on this team. No sexual pun intended. Get your heads out of the gutter. So there you go, guys. That is my football. There's my animated football team. You guys tell me in the comments below, who would you have on your football team, and more specifically, who would you have in the specific spots? Like, who would be your QB? Who would be your O-line? Who would be your wide receivers? Yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, just comment below. Let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.